Hello everybody, a very warm welcome to SD Capital's official YouTube channel. Today's session, we are going to talk through Union Budget 2021 from the perspective of Indian stock market. At the end of today's session, as usual, there will be a free stock recommendation. But before that, Union Budget. This is the first time ever we have seen a paperless Union Budget. Our Honorable Finance Minister actually came to the session with a tab in her hand, and today there is a app which is available on both iOS and Android where you can get all information you may need about the Union Budget. That actually shows that India at a government level is actually embracing technology, is actually embracing future. And as you have seen, post-budget, there has been a significant rally in the market. Time has been really difficult. The fiscal deficit has been really bad, and India is no exception to that. Every country under the sun has reeled under the pressure of coronavirus for the whole of 2021, and they have tried their best to respond to the situation when economy literally came to a standstill, and hence government had to spend more than it earned. If people are not working, people are not going to shops, people are not buying stuff, sources of revenue do dry up. But that doesn't mean a government will allow the people of the country to go hungry. And hence, different companies have adopted different schemes to help their citizens. And hence, the spending is more. Whatever government could earn, that was significantly less compared to the spending. And hence, everywhere in the world for 2020, 2021, the fiscal deficit has gone up significantly compared to the previous years. India is no exception. But that is part of the story. This budget we will talk through is really a pro-growth budget. When I say pro-growth budget, there are quite a few things to note here. First of all, government is encouraging people to invest in the companies directly via stock or debt. And also it has introduced the PLI scheme, production linked incentive. Additionally, different tax rationalization done by the government is really going to boost Make in India or Atmanirbhar, whatever term you are comfortable with. We will talk through the sectors as well. But first of all, from the retail investor perspective, what is the implications? I will briefly touch upon two things here. Government is actually discouraging investing in EPF, Employee Provident Fund, and ULIP, at least for the high income group. And that is a trend. So in the foreseeable future, there will be more and more rules, and that will impact more and more people, where people are actually being discouraged to invest into these kind of schemes, EPF or ULIP. Let's take a slightly deeper look here. I have some numbers actually here available with me. Employee Provident Fund, we all know that a certain amount is contributed by the employer and certain amount is contributed by the employee. And the interest is non-taxable. So whatever interest you earn from that EPF is actually non-taxable. But starting April 2021, interest on employees' share of contribution to EPF will become taxable at the stage of withdrawal if it exceeds rupees 2.5 lakh in 1 year. You have to remember one thing. This is actually the second rule which is discouraging people from investing in EPF. Only last year, a new rule came where if someone is contributing more than 7.5 lakhs in a year in EPF, NPS, and superannuation together, it became taxable. So this is the second rule in the second year. So it's a trend. What does that mean? People have to look for other investment opportunities. What does that mean again? There will be money coming into the Indian equity market. The second one, ULIP. ULIP has been another tax haven for Indian Indian investors really. If the case was such that if total premium payable for the policy was below 10% of the sum assured on the redemption, you don't have to pay tax. But now, from 1st February 2021, if your annual premium is more than 2.5 lakhs, this will be, on redemption, it will be subjected to capital gain tax. Just like equity. There is the key word. So, if you contribute more than 2.5 lakhs per year towards ULIP, your capital gain tax is same as if you have invested in the equity. So, why not go to the equity market directly? So there will be more money coming into the equity market, and everybody knows the rule, nothing succeed like success. So if people will see that 10 more people investing in the market and they are making profit, there will be more and more people flocking around the equity market. Indian equity market has its own strengths, which is like formidable. And then as you can see that this budget is actually encouraging people to invest in the Indian equity market. More money pumping into the market means market will go from strength to strength. Now, from the business perspective, there are two key things to note here. Overall business perspective. Startups to get an extension in their tax holiday for an additional year. Startup is something key for an economy, especially when the economy is struggling. Startup means you are encouraging new ideas, new blood into the market. You are encouraging people with passion. You are encouraging people who are ready to go the extra mile. They don't see working as a way of living. They see working as the only way of living. They are chasing their passion. And when you encourage startup, there will be probably 70, 80, 90% of the startups fail. But 10% of the startup which are normally successful, they are going to create enormous job opportunity going down the line. You have to remember that in the recent past, we have seen startups like even Facebook was a startup few years back. Amazon was a startup few years back. So if you are encouraging new people, new blood, new ideas, new passion, you are actually building the backbone of our economy. The next key thing from the overall economic perspective, the healthcare. The budget 2021 increased the spending on healthcare by 137%. The impact on pharma sector, I will go to that when we go through the sectoral impact analysis. But if our government is keen to increase the spending in healthcare, that is something a very positive news for the overall economy. Less sick people mean less manpower wastage. When people fall sick, it is not only that person missing out on work. The carers are missing out. A lot of resources are being driven towards that person's treatment. And during COVID pandemic, we have all seen the impact of that when a lot of people fall sick. If you are ready to invest as a government, if you are ready to invest into the healthcare system, that means you do care for your population. You want to make them as productive as they can be. Thereby, these are two major things before going into the sectoral analysis. Now, sectoral analysis, if you remember, in our last video, we actually went through quite a few sectors and said why we believe these sectors are going to fare well in 2021. And in fact, if you look into the budget, you will see majority of those sectors which we discussed have got major support from our Indian government now. Firstly, automobiles. Government is actually planning to complete an additional 11,000 kilometer of national highway corridor in near future. What does that mean? More roads means more vehicles, because obviously if you are building well connected cities, people will travel, and that will translate into a major demand for the automobile sector. Additionally, there is a new thing coming up which is going to be a law very soon. If there is more than 15-year-old commercial vehicle or over 20-year-old private vehicle, then owners will have to actually let it go, because the tax will grow on this vehicle substantially, tax liabilities, and yearly fit certificate will become very costly. Thereby, the owners will have no other choice rather than replacing their vehicles. This also means a great opportunity for the new generation green vehicles, which primarily are electric vehicles. So you can very well see that it ties up with what we said 2 weeks back. 2021 is going to be a great year for the automobiles. Construction sector. There has been different incentives declared for construction sector, but one such thing I would especially like to call out here is affordable renting. So government is launching this kind of rental housing projects to help migrant workers. Firstly, you have to remember that construction sector is a sector which heavily relies on migrant workers. And when you provide any facility to the migrant workers, construction sector get an inherent advantage into it, because they get access to the labor they need. Additionally, building housing for migrant labor itself is a great opportunity for the construction sector. And any company engaged in this kind of projects will get real good tax benefits as well. And there has been many other incentives as well. And as we said 2 weeks back, construction sector is a cyclical sector. Last year, there has been a real down year for the construction sector overall. This year, it will obviously come up the curve, and then all these boosts from government, construction will have a great year in 2021. Healthcare. We briefly touched upon healthcare, but when you look into the pharma sector, budget 2021 earmarks rupees 124.42 crore for initiatives aimed at development of pharmaceutical industry. What does that mean? Basically, government is encouraging pharma sectors to become Atmanirbhar. India is known as pharmacy of the world, but all the ingredients of the medicines are majorly imported from China. And India government want to stop that as much as possible. Thereby, it is encouraging all domestic manufacturing of such ingredients. Also, it has increased, in some cases, it has increased the import duty on such substances, which will force pharmaceutical industry to start manufacturing these basic ingredients on their own. And given COVID vaccine rollout across the globe for more than 7 billion people, there is going to be a huge demand. And also you have to remember, it looks like COVID vaccine is something which will have to be repeated probably on a yearly basis. So for the pharmacy of the world, this is really an absolutely great opportunity. The other sector I would like to touch upon is telecom. Here also government has launched a PLI scheme worth Indian rupees 12,195 crores to fuel domestic manufacturing of telecom equipment. Telecom equipment today is also, again, when it comes to APAC, China is the major manufacturer. And India government not only wants to be independent, self-sufficient in terms of telecom gear, it also is eyeing the world market for telecom gear. And this is a great advantage for telecom industry in 2021. There is going to be investment for the telecom sector to complete optical fiber network. This will pave the way for the 5G rollout across India. Thereby, you can see that telecom is another sector which is going to get a real boost this year. Last session, we actually spoke about travel and entertainment and hospitality as well. This time, I didn't really mention that because, to be perfectly honest, Union Budget 2021 have not majorly favored those particular sectors. But you have to remember one thing. There is a major pent-up demand for those two sectors, and they have reached really the rock bottom, and now it is going to turn up. The vaccination is going on in across the globe. UK has completed vaccinating at least first dose vaccination for 15 to 16% of its population. US has completed almost 10 to 11% of its population. India is also rolling out vaccine every day in millions. And lockdowns are going to go. If you look at the trend for last 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, there is a consistent downtrend in the number of daily infections. And what does that mean? In matter of months, not year anymore, in matter of months, there is going to be a sharp decline in the number of cases. And that means more travel, more entertainment, cinema halls opening, and obviously hospitality, hotels, pubs, restaurants, everything. And hence, as I said in the beginning of this session, Union Budget 2021 really is a growth budget. And we are really waiting to see the impact of this budget, the positive impact of this budget on the Indian economy. Anyways, all said and done, now it is time for today's free stock recommendation. And today's free stock recommendation is Reliance. SD Capital analyst team has got reasons to believe there is going to be a bull run for Reliance. Obviously, if you are our customer, we will provide you the target price, stop loss, all other details. But YouTube viewers, if this works for your portfolio, please feel free to start building your position into Reliance right now. Thank you. That's all for today. Take care. We will meet again in 2 weeks' time.